Okay, y'all, I'm just over here doing the most. I'm doing the most. I'm doing the most. But when I discovered I had a countdown, then I had to use it. So allow me to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rhonda Gipson-Willis. I'm coming in here tonight because I had a random thought, and I thought I'd share it with the people because sometimes those random thoughts resonate with the people, and you being the people, let me know. So for those of you who are in my last live, you know that I'm trying out this new system, right? This new StreamYard system, and I think I kind of like it. Let me know if you like it. And so one of the options that it gives you is it gives you the option of bringing people on. And I'm actually going to go live tomorrow and bring on someone who wants to talk about some of our stuff. So if that's something that's of interest to you, let me know. But anyway, I want to talk about what brought me here. And if you're coming in, like I noticed some people are coming in, come in, say, hey, tell me what your name is, who you are. Keep in mind that there are some comments I might not be able to see. So I might not be able to see your name. But yeah, just let me know. So anyway. So it hit me today that we are like 2 days left in this year. 2 days left. And I don't know about you, but that came out of nowhere. Like, is it just me, or was 2020 the fastest slow year ever? It was the fastest, slowest year ever. 2020, the fastest, slowest year. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jason. Okay, I don't see your comments on this thing. So anyway, it was really, really fast. As I look at the end of this year and I look at some of the comments from last year and some of the things that a lot of us were saying about 2020, right? Remember, 2020 was going to be the year of vision. Remember that? Remember that we all talked about the year of vision. A year ago tomorrow, I held a vision board party. We talked about vision in 2020 and clarity. And here's the thing that's really interesting is that we expected a different kind of clarity. We expected 2020 to look one way, and 2020 has looked let's just say a little unprecedented. Am I right? It's looked a little unprecedented. But I'm wondering in that, what is it that you got clearer on in 2020? 2020 was the year that gave a lot of clarity. What did you get clear on? So the last time I went live, I think, it was a few days ago. It might have been last week. But I talked about the things that we want to leave or take with us into 2021. And here's the thing. What I learned about 2020 is that we all have personal experiences with 2020. Those experiences were kind of different. Like, I have friends who really struggled with 2020. I had other friends who did really well. I had friends who can't wait for the year to be over. I have other friends who are like, this year has really benefited me. And so as it relates to 2020, how did it land for you? What did you get out of 2020? And was it just me, or did it go by really fast? Did it go by really fast? Because I remember back in March when we were at the first shutdown. Remember when they were talking about the shutdown? I actually remember when it happened. There was a woman on our team who had been out of the country. And as she flew back into San Francisco, she had like an hour or two because the city was going on lockdown for 3 weeks. And I remember thinking how like crazy that sounded, that the whole city would go on lockdown. Like I remember thinking like, wow, that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot, but it was 3 weeks. Who knew that 3 weeks would last this long? And through that time, right, because I have a lot of coaching clients that I work with who have discovered a lot of things about themselves during 2020. They discovered that when life gets really slow, when things slow down, that sometimes things catch up to you. Sometimes things catch up to you when life slows down. And 2020 slowed us down. And so with that being said, I'm wondering how many of you feel like you're ready for whatever it is that 2021 has to bring forth. Even if 2021 is more of 2020, how many of you feel ready for that? How are you preparing yourself for that? What are you doing to make sure that you walk into that year, right? However the season looks, what are you doing to make sure you walk into that year the fullest version of yourself? The version of yourself that you want to look back on and be proud. I talked about making decisions for ourselves, right? We make decisions for ourselves And in our current state today, we're making decisions that either our future self is going to be proud of or disappointed in. And sometimes those decisions require some hard choices, right? And so I'm wondering, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that? Prepare yourself for 2021. Because if there's anything that 2020 showed me was just how quickly time goes, even when it's dragging. Remember the beginning of the pandemic, we were all making those bored in the house TikToks? Remember when we thought we were bored? Remember when we had no idea what was ahead of us? Now I think our eyes have been open a little bit. Is it just me? Now I think our eyes have been open a little bit. Like we done seen some things. We done seen some things we cannot unsee. Things look a little different on the other side of 2020, on the other side of this year. Hey girl, I do. I see you still up. But things look very different than they looked before, and it's changed us in some ways. Ask yourself this: has it changed me for the better, or has it changed me for the worse? And if it changed me for the worse, what am I willing to do? Or what am I ready to do to get my power back? What am I ready to do to embolden myself so that I can stand up to whatever it is that 2021 has to bring forth? And 2021 could be the best year ever, right? Hey, Oscar. 2020 could be the best year. 2021 could be the best year on record. That could be your best year. But you can't drag that old stuff. Remember that every year we see that meme. We see the meme of the woman with the bag on her shoulder, and she's stepping over all the issues of the previous year. She's walking boldly into the next year. That meme's been replaced with the meme that says, don't y'all go into 2021 with that mess. Y'all just knock on the door, act real polite, sit down, and don't touch nothing. That's where we're at. That's where people are at with 2021. But I'm here to say that maybe 2021 is the year that we are to mess up some stuff. I was about to cuss, but I don't want to cuss. It's late at night. I don't want to cuss this late. Maybe 2021 is the year that we are to claim our power. Maybe 2021 is the year that we are to own our power, to own our dreams, to pursue our purpose, to not be at the whim of whatever it is you were at the whim of in 2020. Maybe that's what 2021 is for. So my question is, are you ready for your 2021? Are you ready for yours? Hey, Tawanda. Look, I'm gonna put this link on because I'm just testing stuff out right now. I'm gonna put this link on. If anybody wants to join me on this this live just to see and see how it works, let me know. All right, so there should be a link on there. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be sending it out like that. Did y'all see anything? No, I'm missing comments. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see. Oh, there's the link. I don't know how to give it to y'all though. I'm still learning this. But it's really it's a interesting little setup. You ready? You ready for 2021, Tawanda? Or you want to join me? You want to join me today? Is that what you want to do? Because I can send the link. But yeah, so what are you ready for, Tawanda, in 2021? What are you ready for? What are you ready for? Are you ready for the newness? Are you ready for redemption? Are you coming to claim everything that you feel like you lost in 2020? What are you ready for? Ready for 2021? So here's the thing that I want as I go into this next year. So I'm in that space where I'm going back between reflection and really having these deep conversations with people, right? Having these conversations with my clients, and we're really talking about even evaluating the year and looking at the wins. What were the wins? Because in this year of 2020, I think it became really easy to forget that we were winning. We were winning in some aspects. Now, there was a lot of loss. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of turmoil. There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of fear. But in the midst of that, what did you win? What did you gain? So I see you, Tawanda said, pushing myself to be better. pushing myself to be better. And if we're honest, that's what we should all be looking for, right? We should all be looking for what's that thing that tomorrow is going to make a better version of myself. But I think what we get caught up in too much is we get caught up in comparing ourselves to other people, not realizing that it's just you versus you. It's Rhonda versus Rhonda. Back in 2016, I remember when I was on my first big self-exploration. Let me learn who I am, right? I had this hashtag, Rhonda Meet Rhonda. Rhonda Meet Rhonda, because what I understand is that it not only applies to me, it applies to the rest of us, that there are versions of ourselves that we have to reintroduce ourselves to regularly. If we're doing this thing right, if we're doing life right, then we should be reintroducing ourselves to ourselves on a regular basis. And so that also means that if we allow ourselves to get focused on what somebody else is doing. Okay, so this reminded me of this. Do you guys remember? I can't remember what swimmer it was, but there was a meme that went around. And in the meme, it had the two guys swimming. They were doing competitive swimming. And the one had his eye on the prize. His eye was on the prize. He was just going for the target. The target was what was going to, the finish line was going to make him win. And the other guy was looking at him. And because he was looking at him, he lost time. He lost time. And he eventually lost the race because he was so busy looking at the competitor instead of looking at the goal. So 2021, I'm going to challenge you. If that's what you've been doing, if you've been looking at other people, start looking at yourself. Allow it to be you versus you. Keep your eyes on your prize. Focus on what it is that you have to do. Focus on who it is that you have to become in order to achieve that thing. Because here's the thing that I'm very sure of. Some of us have goals that we have to become a different version of ourselves to meet. Does that make sense? Like I know, listen, y'all know I have a coach. And I'm very intentional about sometimes being careful what I ask for. Because I know that it's more than just having some items on a checklist. It's more than an action plan. It's more than just the tasks that have to be done. Oftentimes it's who do I have to become in order to achieve that thing. And I'm here to tell you, some of you are setting goals for yourself and you're leaving yourself out of it. You're setting goals for yourself for what you're going to achieve, but you're leaving who you have to become to achieve that out of it. And that's what'll mess you up. Paying too much attention to what other people are doing. So as it goes to being ready for your 2021, here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I'm going to encourage you to take a look at your goals, right? We all have those. Well, I started making resolutions back in 2009, 2008, something like that. So I don't really make resolutions. I don't judge people who do. I just don't do it because I'm like, I could every Monday, every Tuesday, every day could be a new resolution. But I want you to take a look at that list of things that it is that you want to achieve, right? As you write out that list. And next to that, I want you to write the type of person that you have to become in order to reach that. And if you don't have to change something about yourself in order to reach that goal, I want you to reevaluate that goal. I want you to reevaluate any goal that allows you to stay comfortable. I want you to evaluate any goal that's really easy for you. Because right now we're in the season of stretching. 2020 was a kick in the butt. 2020 showed some of y'all you weren't ready for that jelly. So who do you have to become? And if you're setting yourself up with goals that don't require you to stretch, are you really serious? Are you really about that life? Or are you just writing things down because it's the customary thing to do? It's what everybody else is doing. It's what I should be doing because it's a new year, new you. No, boo, it's new year, same old you, same old issues, same old things. So you have to be willing and ready and able to commit to more than just the task at hand. Am I making sense, y'all? I can't see any of my comments over here. I can't see any of my comments. I can see my comments in this one part. But let me know, am I making sense? Is it making sense, y'all? Who do you have to become? in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve? And are you ready to put in the work to become that version of yourself? If you're not, grab the eraser and erase that. Because you ain't ready. Grab the eraser and just mark it off. Mark off whatever that goal is because you're not ready. You're not ready. Now, there's probably some of you saying, well, okay, Rhonda, I think, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm ready. Maybe I'm not. Make sure that you are sharing your goals. Okay, so here's the thing. Because I've talked about dream pushers versus dream killers before. As you are sharing your goals, you have to be very intentional about who you're sharing your goals with, who you're sharing your dreams and your desires and what it is that you want to achieve with, right? You've got to be discerning in who you allow into that space, because they can help push your dream or they can help kill your dream. But you need to share your dream with someone who can help you hold you accountable to who it is that you need to become, what that goal is that you would like to achieve, and how you're going to do that. So anyway, I'm still playing with the system. I'm still learning it. But I think tomorrow night, 9 p. Eastern Standard, or somewhere around there, I'll be back. I'm going to have a topic. I'm going to have a guest. I'm going to do some live coaching. If you're interested in some live coaching, hit me up. I like to have a couple folks on deck just in case the person that's on deck decides not to be on deck. But if you want an opportunity to really have some time to really speak about that and to maybe even explore what that might be for you or what that might look like for you, then hit me up. Hit me up in my inbox. Hit me up tonight so I know it's something you want to do and I can get it arranged and send out the invites. But I'd love to have the opportunity to speak to some of you in that way to help set you up for your 2021 as productively as possible. So with that being said, I'm going to go on and figure out why I can't see these comments. I'm not going to promise you. I was going to say, I promise you, I know better than to promise anybody anything. But I'm going to attempt to have it all figured out tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a show. Tomorrow's going to be a show. I'm going to have a guest and we're going to be speaking. So feel free to come through if you like. And y'all have a blessed night. It's literally the end of the year. Literally the end of one of the toughest years that we've experienced globally. I think in 2021, you deserve the best. So let's position ourselves for it, shall we? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and good evening.